Before we get into all this mess, guys, I do want to let you know these are my opinions and my opinions only. If you disagree with them, that's perfectly fine. That's the whole point of the video. You're probably gonna hate me, you're gonna disagree with me. Sound out in the comments, man. Let me know how you feel so I could definitely read that. And let's jump straight into it. What is up, guys? My name is Wenster. Welcome back to The Average Fighter. If you're new, make sure that you mash that subscribe button. You're not gonna want to miss any heat that we be dropping on this channel. And if you've been here a while, make sure you have that notification bell ringing, man. What's wrong with you? But nevertheless, guys, again, thank you for checking out the channel. Today, we're going to be going over a couple things with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that I've been seeing lately. Everyone's posting it and everyone's talking about it. So let's get right into it today. Marvel Infinite has been out for quite some time now. I would give like maybe 4 months. And now it's time that we start making a tier list. Now, I've been seeing these tiers left and right. And if you guys want to make your own tier list, I'm going to leave it in the description below and just post it and then have everyone talk shit about your tier list and everyone forget that these are your own opinions. Now, hopefully you guys haven't forgot. Everything that we're about to talk about right now is my own opinion. Again, you could disagree with it. That's what it's there for. Make sure that you share it in the comments below so I could read it because I can't hear you through the screen, son. Okay, so this is the Madman Cafe. The description's in the bottom. Remember, if you want to check it out for yourself, and you can make your own tier list. You could have it however way you want it. You can be super creative, super colorful. I just picked the basic of the basic for Marvel Infinite. They have other fighters, so if you want to check those out too, be sure to. So all the way at the top, you're gonna have SS tier, and that's gonna be Super Saiyan, godlike, you know, amazing character, broken, whatever you want to call it. That's where those characters are gonna go. We're at the bottom with C. C stands for cunt tier. That means you just suck. Those are those characters that they're just ass, and they don't have anything good or redeeming other than fan service. But nevertheless, on the left hand side, it has faults, so a character be good and so be faulty at the same time, so having potential. And then on the right hand side is going to be well rounded, so it could be good and have great options as well. So everything's just going for that guy. Where the bottom, you just lost 20 bucks, you know, your car broke down and you got suspended from work, just nothing's going for you. And the guys at the top are living in 90210 Beverly Hills, maybe riding in Mustangs, whatnot. So that's how this is separated. So I'm just going to begin just putting the characters, and I am going to start with the weakest first because those are easier to do. So now the hard part is here. So actually getting the character, see, who do I think is just trash? See, this is where it gets difficult, guys. See, I haven't seen too much Ryu, but at the same time I have, like, I could see how he would have potential. This character will have potential. He has great footsies, he has Hadokens, he has beams. I don't think he has an install super anymore, but I think I could see his options, and he's just really good at grounded. So I think he doesn't have a flight mode, he doesn't have anything aggressive. So I think I'm gonna definitely put him, like, I could see the potential. So, like, I'll put him right here. Like, I'll put him right there because I could definitely see his potential. But his normals, though, you know what? I'll put him right here. I'll put him on the high end of low tier. So I guess high low tier. And then next, you know, shouts out to Filthy Rich. I have played him on PSN. The guy has a mad crazy Black Panther. So but Black Panther, like, other than having it with like a Power Stone, like he's alright, you know. Like, I think he has better options than Ryu. So, but he doesn't have anything aggressive, just like Ryu. But he can do that little wall cling shit. So I'll put him up here and slightly over Ryu. Bucky, the boy Bucky, man. Bucky, he got some guns, man. Those guns they penetrate. They go through a lot of stuff, and I think that's really, really strong. But you know what? I don't know, man. I don't have much of to go off of, so I'm just gonna put him like right down in the middle because he's alright. You know, he has a little absorb thing. He got the guns, the grenades, the supers, and he has an invincible super too. But like other than that, like, once you're in, like, he doesn't have a get off of me, you know, other than that invincible super. But you know what? I'm gonna put him up here. I think he's better than Black Panther, and and Ryu, but yeah, like, you know what? I'm gonna put him right here because I think he's better than them, but like barely better than them. Yeah. Okay, next we got Venom. Now I think Venom is really strong. I don't think he's the toppest of top tiers because he does have an invincible super on Wake Up, which is a little spider web. I don't know if the other two are invincible. I'm pretty sure his level 3 is invincible, but I think he's really good because he has that air mobility, son, and it wall bounces. The little thing that he's dashing at you is good, but he doesn't have any options to get off, and he's definitely better than like that guy. But other than that, he doesn't. So I'll put him right here. I think that's fair. So let's talk about Black Widow. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where to put her at. I've played maybe one Black Widow, and that shit was free, and she has more options than. She has more mobility than Bucky. That she doesn't. Her options aren't. Her mobility isn't as good as Black Panther, I believe. But the mobility options do give her some aggression. She could, you know, start putting you in blocks and going for mix-ups. So I think she is a little bit more well-rounded, right? But I think she is about the same. Yeah, she's better, a little bit better than Black Panther. And a little bit better than Bucky. I think Iron Man's he has a flight mode, so he's and man, if you want to learn a motherfucking Infinite, like that's just too classic. That's just too classic. So I definitely have to put him up just for that reason alone. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll try to link it in the bottom, man. It's like the funniest way to learn an Infinite. But I think Iron Man, he's he has a flight mode. He has better options than all three of these characters to get away. But there's, other than that thing that wall bounces you, and he doesn't. But that's a good get off of me. It's really fast. And you can do 3 of them. You know, it's like a Rekka. Yeah, I think I'll put him right here because he is better than those 3. He's like mid tier because I could definitely see his capability. And he has that super. It's really fast. Yeah, Iron Man only has 2 supers. Let's see who else. We got Frank Weist. Yo, this guy is really good once he's leveled up. But like, this is level 1 Frank because you always start with him, and I think he has really great normals. Right? I think he has really great normals. They're even better when they're leveled up, but that's when he's leveled up. But to get him there, you have to get a hit. So he's quite capable, and he does have options. But his options are very limited. And I think he has more of our options than Ryu, but almost as good as Black Panther. Yeah, let's do a good one. Let's talk Dormammu. Dormammu got hit hard, son, with the Rose Garden. Rose Garden just knocked him out, man. It was too good. A lot of his stuff is still broken, and I think he's really strong. He has really good options. He has a lot of good, you know, mobility. Got good normals, good super moves, good hyper moves, good level 3, and he's a setup monster. That's what he is. If you're looking for a setup monster, you play Dormammu, and your team will be complete. And I think he's a lot better well-rounded than most characters because he could just rush you down, cross you up, but he's not the pivotal. He's not at the top. He's not right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like right here. He's a really strong character, and he's really well-rounded. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, I like him right there. So he's a really strong character. Okay, let's talk. Yo, Mr. the Crimson Chin. Yo, this guy is aggressive. He is made for those people to go in non-stop. I think. But other than that, he doesn't really have a lot to go for him. He doesn't have a flight mode. I don't think he has an invincible super, correct me if I'm wrong. And I think that's about it. But he has that whole like laser beam super, and he has the projectile super. I think he's okay, but I don't think he's anything. I don't think he's a higher tier than Venom. And I think his mobility options are really strong, but not as strong as like Black Widow, because you could still set up after. His are just no, you can still set up if you tag, of course. But if we're talking, this is, just so that you know, this is solely like on the character by themselves. His options of moving in are, I think, less than Black Widow, and I think he's less well-rounded. But he is better. I would say he's better than Bucky because he has a lot more like aggressive tools to open you up, and he has armor, so that's an easy get off of me. You know, they misread you, and you just throw it out and they'll eat it up. So I think he's right there. Yeah. Yo, Hawkeye. This is my personal opinion. This character's great. He has a great ton of options. Really good overall. The projectiles, he has everything going for him, other than of course the accursed. There's nothing to push your opponent away other than regular arrows, but even then, like they can still knock you out of them, or even trade at least. But then that wouldn't put your opponent's character that further away from you. But I think he is in the same league as like Dormammu. And he has great options, but I don't think his options are as good as Dormammu's. And I think they're like right there. So he has them arrows, boy. Like if you start zoning you, you're done. You're done. Oh, yo, everyone's best girl, Monster Hunter. I think she's really good, man. I think a lot of people sleep on this character. Really strong. Obviously has faults. Doesn't have flight mode, but that armor really makes up for it. And again, other than that, she doesn't really have to get off of me, but that it's really strong. It works at the same purpose as it, like it's better than Venom. I think it's more better than Venom's. So I think she would belong right here because I think they're in the same league. They're really like normal mid-tier good characters or solid characters, but they don't have crazy options like Hawkeye or Dormammu. Let's talk about Rocket Raccoon. Yo, I hate this character so much. Not even because of his traps, not even because he is so goddamn small. It's the most annoying thing I've ever dealt with in my life. He's just too small, and his traps add on top of that. Like let's say if he was normal height, his traps would be, they'll be good traps. Like they'll be as good as they are now. But trying to hit him and avoid the traps at the same time is just too much, man. Like and you can't nerf him. You can't add more hitbox to him, or maybe you can, who knows. But I think that's his stature is just what makes him so good. He is really well-rounded. He could fight in any condition. He's a very versatile character. He has the normals in the box. If you try to rush him down, he could throw a trap. He could tag in. He could space stone you into the trap, so you gotta block. He forces you to block and gains, the Infinity Stone Surge meter. So I think he's just too good, and he's really well-rounded. So I would definitely put him like right here, way better than Dormammu. I think he's like one of the top 5 characters for sure. Let's talk about Dante, son. Yo, Dante, everyone already knows. There's no reason to talk about. He was so good in Infinite and in pre-patch. Now that the patch is out, he's been limited. He got hit. It's that's what it is. But it didn't take anything away from him. He's still a strong character. That shotgun is still militant as ever. But he definitely has faults. But those faults are like not even that bad. But he's definitely, I would say, top 5. Along with him, he does have faults, and I could see his faults, but he's just right there. Like Dante is really strong. I would put him right here, definitely. He's well more well-rounded than, no, he's better than Hawkeye, and he's better than Dormammu, but he's not as good. He's not as good as those characters as Rocket Raccoon. He has all the options, teleports, confirms. You can confirm off anything, and just into straight like just if you will, lockdown. He just locks you down. Let's talk about Gamora, man. Yo, Gamora is so good. She has so many things going for her. She has guns and guns and guns and guns. You love Deadpool? Pick this character. She got pistolas. She got everything you want. She had an invincible super. I think she has an invincible DP. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. She's just so good, and she can confirm off anything. Crazy amounts of damage, all straight into end game, where you would end game, but lockdown, and you just keep getting hit with the vortex, and you just eat it, son. So I think she's a higher tier than Dante. I think she is a tad bit higher tier than Dante. No, because he has all those. Yeah, so she's a little bit less higher than Hawkeye and more higher than Dormammu, less well-rounded than those characters, but she's definitely top 5. She's really, really strong. Let's talk about Ultron. Ultron is a really, really strong character. Magneto, Doctor Doom in one character. He has little homies to call out. Be like, come on, homie. Like he just has too many options. And crazy amounts of damage, easy setups, easy confirms, easy combos. Like he just has everything going for him. But other than that, like he doesn't have much more. He's just like think about like a Wolverine, Doctor Doom, Magneto. He's in your face nonstop, has flight mode. So I think he's really, really good. And I think he's like he has faults, but at the same time those faults are kind of equaled out against how well-rounded he is. Because he's so easy to pick up. He's definitely really easy to pick up. Hulk, I'm just gonna go out there and say this character is trash. Straight trash, not good. Until someone really good shows up, then I'll believe it. But right now, I don't see anything working for this character. He's really slow, has armor, but other than that, nothing. I think he's like right there. I'll put him like he just doesn't have anything, and the character's he's just bad. I could be wrong, who knows, in 10 years in 5 years when this game is, solidified, it's neutral and everyone understands it, maybe this may be completely different. But until then, that's where Hulk is going. Let's talk about Thanos now. Thanos, teleport, strong, damage, good, health, good. He has teleports, he has like setups for high-low game. He's just really, really good, and he has really good options. But other than that, he doesn't have, again, anything to get off of me. He has that little counter, but then again, you have to read your opponent to do that. If they're just mauling you and you don't have a chance to read, there's nothing you could do. And I think he's in the same league as Monster Hunter, but I think he has more of a hard time to do stuff than these 3 characters, because he doesn't really have anything. Jeddah, super strong character, really, really, really good. Has great options. Doesn't have any teleports, but all his numbers are super strong. He has a flight mode, if you will. Nothing too crazy about him, but at the same time is just like he doesn't have anything like crazy. He has those spheres which are really, really good, and the level 3 god damn, that does a lot of damage. So I would definitely put him in the Hawkeye Ultron tier, because he's really strong, but like he doesn't have anything too crazy, if you know what I mean. Like he's more well-rounded than Ultron, I'll give him that. He just has so many more options in him. The little spheres that he throws out to say that those are too good. They're a lot better than Ultron's little homies. Let's talk about Captain America. Character is right here. I think he's a really just like Ultron. He has the shield. He has all these things going for him that are super basic, but at the same time they're really, really strong. But because of the flight mode, I think he has a less harder time, even more so than these characters. Carol Danvers. Okay, Carol Danvers. She's really, really good aggro character. I think she is a little less well-rounded than Ultron, and a little more susceptible to get rushed down when she doesn't have armor, of course. And I think she could deal with it less than Thanos, because he could get away just a little bit. But I think a little bit better than Ultron, or more better than Venom, because she does have the armor. Yeah, okay, I like that right there. But let's talk Nova. Nova is really, really good. Nova has all the good options. Invincible supers, flight mode. He's like right here. He's not, I think he's better than Dante, but not as good as Raccoon. I think he's like, they're like in the same league almost. No, I think he's like just a tad bit better than Ultron. I think they're in that same league. He's a little bit more well-rounded than him, but not as good as any other characters. Yeah, I like that. Ghost Rider, right there, has faults. He has the motocicleta, like that bike. Yo, son, that thing is so good. I think it's really, really strong. But then again, he has a harder time to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think he has like the hardest time to deal with, like get off of me. That's like, he's like a good tier. I think he's a really strong tier. Zero is crazy good. Crazy good. Like we all knew he would. He's better than Dante. He's better than Gamora. And I think he's a tad, I think he's not as good as Rocket Raccoon, but I think these are like the top 4 right there. Those are the top 4 so far. Here we got a top 5, man. There's always have to be a top 5. Those are, I think he's really good. Really well-rounded character. Morgana. I don't have much information to go off of her either. Excuse me. I think she's okay. I haven't seen too much of her. Like, I think that she still has that invincible super, which is really good. She has the invincible DP, which you could do continuously in the air, which is really good. And I think she's just like a really good character. I think she's really solid. I think she would be like right here because yeah, she'd be like right here. Yeah, she has options. She gets not as good as like Hawkeye. A little, I think yeah, like right here. That's good. So let's talk about Fun Ree. Fun Ree is really good, has faults, has invincible DPs. She's just really strong, not as well-rounded as, you know, like Ultron. I think she's really strong though. Let's talk about Doctor Strange, and I think he's really good, but really susceptible to rush down. But he is in this tier. I think he's really no, he's like slightly above. I think he's because that ball, man, that it. Ivagamado's too strong. It's so good. I think he's like right here. He's like not he's not like these characters, right? But he's I think he's better than these. So I think I'll put him in this tier. So he does have a lot of faults. Yeah, I'll put him right there. It's about Thor, man. Thor is really strong too. I think. I don't think he's like super amazingly good, but he's really strong. I think he's a really well-rounded like mid-tier character. He reminds me of Thor from Marvel 3, but you know, faster. I think I'd put him right here. Yeah. Let's talk about Hager, man. Hager is just like, he has that lariat. That lariat just gives him so much that he's probably better than these characters. He does crazy amounts of damage. He's a setup monster. I don't think he's better than Captain America, Iron Man, or Black Widow. I think he's right here with like Sigma or something. And he's well-rounded. Does good damage. Can't fly, but I think yeah, he has a little more better options. And I'll put him right there, a little higher, like right there, a little this way. So he can keep up. He could definitely keep up. Okay, let's talk about Chris. I hate this guy. Chris is alright. He's well-rounded, really susceptible to rush down. I think he's like right here. Like I think he's like right here. Strider. Strider is so good. He's so good. He's definitely up here, man. He's a really well-rounded character. He has crazy amounts of mix-ups, crazy amounts of teleports. He has Ouroboros. He definitely. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he has a lot of faults, man. He's like right there, man. I think he's really strong. Now that I think about it, I think Dante has. I think he should be like right here. I think those are gonna be my top 5: Dante, Strider, Gamora, Zero, and Rocket Raccoon. But no, I definitely hope that you guys did like this tier list. Let me know if you guys have any different ideas or a different way you would actually rearrange the tier list. Let me know if you agree with the tier list, guys. I definitely would love to know. And you can make your own tier list. I'm gonna leave all the info at the bottom. Make sure that you guys check it out. Okay, guys, so thank you again for tuning in to today's tier list making. Maybe we'll make another one in about maybe a couple months, maybe a year, who knows? Or maybe, you know, by then the tier list is going to be completely upside down, considering that we're also going to get more DLC, hopefully. But you know, thank you again, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and you know what to do already. Make sure that you mash that subscribe button. Make sure that you like it. turn on your notifications, man, so you can know when we drop in straight heat on this channel. And with that being said, guys, my name is Wenster. This is The Average Fighter, and I will check you guys out later.